Good morning. This is Steve Martin reporting live at the time I recorded this. It is October 28th, 2018, and I am standing on Regent Parkway at the entrance to Antioch International Church. Just so you can get your bearings. Lance is here today. Across the way is the former Heritage USA PTL upper room, and I'm going to give you a little tour. Some very interesting things are going on. They've changed the name of this street that I'm going to be walking on. It's now called Glenwood Forest. So as a new staff member of Antioch, we will have to get all of our paperwork address changed. The sun is coming up. It's about 8 o'clock, a brisk 45 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius for all my Israeli friends. I was with them last week, right there in Jerusalem. This used to be Heritage USA PTL here in Fort Mill, South Carolina. Jim Baker, back in the mid to late 1980s, had 2,000 acres here. The reason I'm pointing to this empty lot that is now going to be housing was because the amphitheater was there. My dad, Louis Martin, back in probably 92, 93 when they moved down here from Cedar Falls, Iowa. He helped do some wiring in the amphitheater. And now these geese Canadian visitors, likely good immigrants, are feasting on the seed. Off to my right is the tower. You can't see it through the trees there, but there is the former Grand Hotel, which is now Morningstar, led by Rick Joyner. Alright, so let's continue on our tour. They are building this place back in I would say the mid-1990s. The Malaysian owners sold it to 4 developers, and they have been feverishly putting in housing all over this former PTL property. And there's a bit of it right now going right in front of the former Heritage USA PTL barn and studio, which I'm going to show you. It is now owned by Antioch International Church, Dr. Peter Wyns, and pastors Jesse and Elizabeth Enns, Matt Wyns, Mike and Robbie Stevens, and many, many more are now on staff or serve in volunteer positions. We should get an interview with these guys. See what they have to say this beautiful morning. Man, they're playing in the mud. Better go wash your face, boys and girls. I have very fond memories of this place. Back in 1985, my good wife Lori and I purchased, bought, contributed, gifted 3 lifetime memberships to be a part of this. $1,000 a piece, which would have allowed our family to come stay on the property. It was a great place. Kids loved it. One of the gifts, one of the 3 memberships, was for Mash and Bonnie Chabda, who in years to come I would serve with them for 14 years. I wanted them to have a part of this. But they said they would never move to Charlotte or visit. Nope, not ever. Well, in 2000, while on staff, I helped negotiate the purchase of the former Fort Hope property, 36 acres. And that's where All Nations Church resides today. Right across the railroad tracks from Morningstar and this place. Again, this is the former barn. They used to have Friday night gospel singing. And I like this. Wonder whose car that is. Better clean it up a little bit here. Anyway, this was the old trolley place. You could get the tram, ride it around, go to the different spots. Down there is the studio where we stood in line many days to get into the PTL show, hosted by Jim and Tammy Baker. I know Tony Bogart, who was our worship leader, was one of the PTL members, singers. Maybe we'll see her today. I'll get a interview with her. Anyway, there's been a little bit of cleanup here. We're wanting to put in a covered drop-off for people coming. The parking lot. The studio is now called the River Place. It is continually being rented out for different places, churches, businesses. Elevation used it last week to prepare for their tour. That was nice having them on the property. And we got a pool competition coming in. We have all kinds of stuff being rented. And it's good to see that small businesses are renting some of the rooms that used to be the Heritage School. Anyway, the barn. At one time there was a big hole right there in the roof. After Jim was taken away, sadly to say, it was very unjust in what was done to him. I'm a strong supporter of Jim and Lori. They're doing a great job in Bransonville now. Anyway, this place had been deserted in about 1993, 94. I'll have to check that out. And after that, it lay desolate for many years. The roof caved in, the bottom floor, the pipes froze because there was no heat on. Water filled up the bottom floor. It was desolate. Rick Joyner, in his book 1988, it's a blue book, I have it, prophesied that this place would die, but the Lord would resurrect it. And He certainly has. We're working our way to the south entrance. The sun is coming up in the east. And here is the front end. Actually, it's the north entrance. Bear with me. Here's the front of the barn. I have a key to the office. I'm not sure I have one to the front door. We'll give it a try. And I want to take you in. Offices are right over there. I started here October 1st, 3 days a week. Who's that man in the door? I know what I'm going to do. I am going to go through the office. That way I'm assured of getting in. I think the worship team is starting to arrive. Do some practice. And I hope I'm not huffing and puffing too much. I need to do some exercise. Alright, don't look at my code. Aha! Okay, we're inside. This is the entrance to the office area. Christians for Messiah Ministries, founded by Peter and Joy Wyns. Peter and I, we worked together at Derek Prince Ministries back in 2001 for about 4 or 5 years. And tonight, October 28th, 6:30 p.m., we are going to celebrate. It's Peter's 50th, 50 time of ministry. Here's the barn. I remember the days we had conferences here. Morning Star, All Nations Church, Mass Job to Ministries. 2,000 people. What a place. What a place. Thank you, Lord. And there's Tony Bogart. Up there in the red skirt. I love all the flags. Antioch, sending people out to the nations. How many of them can you name? Brazil, Japan. Zoom in here. Brazil, Japan, United Kingdom, Korea. Let's see. France is up there. Pakistan. Finland. Mexico. And on the back wall with the cross is the U.S. and Israel. Bless my friends in Israel. And coming around here, more of the same. There's the olive press, where Peter has many of his books, probably all of his books. I think he's about 10 now, I'm not sure. Dug off way. Well, there you have it. I'm going to break now. You gotta come. It's a happening place. Have a good day. Steve Martin saying goodbye.